red button 154 times. Say hello, live or replay. How is everyone? Let me know you're here. Remember the rules. Give me some energy, give me some love, and I'll give you some back in spades. Yeah. One question. How much are you weighing right now? And are you your ideal weight? And if not, why not? I'm going to do another part 2 about losing weight and how to do it. Yeah. Because I'm now on, that's 7 kilos down in 7 weeks. So here's the interesting bit. Was I bulking before? Or was I just eating too much? The answer is, I don't know. I told myself I was bulking, yeah, because what was happening, I was training hard and I was doing quite a lot of strength work. So what was happening naturally, I was bulking up, I never found that really an issue in the past. Like usually when I turn up the intensity, certainly in terms of strength training, I bulk up quite easily. And that's what's basically happened the last few months. Plus a lot of shit going on, as I kind of alluded to. But it's, it's super personal stuff, something about family, and it's not for Facebook. But yeah, all of that together equals a bigger, chubbier Fitzy. So, as I say, week 7, 7 kilos down, and I just thought it would be helpful for me to share live, true, real tips of how I'm doing this. Yeah, not theory. This ain't stuff I'm reading in books. This is stuff, and you'll find that with most, if not all, of my shows, my tips, things I believe in, is from real, true life. It's not from reading books. It's from physically doing, trying, testing stuff, and then only telling you the stuff that I know works, either very, very personally, or when I've had clients who I trust and respect, if they've tried things and they've given things a go, and I give feedback on that. So today's tips, like as I say, this is part 2. So I'm going to give you 3 more nuggets, and this is specifically things that I'm using to help me on my weight loss journey. As I say, 7 kilos, 7 weeks, kilo a week, and that trend is going to continue at least for 2-3 more weeks until I get to my ideal weight. This all works well as well because I've got what I've also done, and this is an extra bonus tip actually, to do with weight and exercise. It's always good to have something in your diary, stuff in your diary that means something to you. Like one of the last show's tips was about the why. I wasn't really talking about that today, but it's relevant. In that you're packing your diary with stuff that you really enjoy, and that will definitely be easier or more enjoyable if you're holding less timber. Yeah. So my diary is starting to be packed now with physical events again. I've got more time, more energy, more mind space as well. There's one big thing I've done is switched off chess at the moment as well, because I was playing chess sort of 3 to 5 hours of a night, which I was loving. But what was happening, and I don't know if you resonate with this as well, us addictive characters get hooked on stuff, and I guess was getting a bit hooked on chess, just playing it mindlessly and spending hours doing it and using it as an escape sort of thing as well. But anyway, these are bonuses. The 3 specific tips that I wanted to share with you today in this order. Number 1, to do with weight loss, generational curses. Now, generational curses, beliefs that have been passed down to you from previous generations, from your parents and maybe from their parents and their parents. Yeah, we've all got it. And these ones I'm going to share with you specifically to do with food and our relationships with food and how we eat, etc. So the generational curses in my world, let me share these with you and let me know if they resonate. The one biggie, finish your plate. Let me know if that resonates with you. Let me know if you were told that when you were a kid. You can't leave the table until your plate is empty. You must finish your plate. Yeah? And the problem is sometimes we overfill our plate, or the missus overfills our plate, or whoever's cooking serves up a massive meal, maybe not intentionally, but if it's then in our mind to finish our plate, what do? We wolf it down, and sometimes huge amounts of calories over and over and over, and we're finishing the dishes in front of us. And sometimes it can be multiple dishes. If I think of certain cultures, Indian and Asian, sometimes it's multiple dishes in front of us, right? And what then happens? What do? You finish every single plate? It's a lot of calories, isn't it? Or can be, if we do it without thinking about it. What other generational curses? What other beliefs that you may have been told? And I certainly was told when I was a kid. Another one was have a pint of milk with your dinner. Have a pint of milk with your dinner. It's good for you. Milk is good for you, right? Full fat milk, a full pint. I don't know how many calories that is. I haven't Googled it or anything. What is it, 100, 70, 100? Bit more, bit less. So there's an extra 100 calories on you from your generational curses. What's the next thing you may have been told when you were a kid? Let me know if you're here, guys, live or replay. Say hello. What's the next thing you may have been told by your parents? Another one we were persuaded or advised was have a slice of bread with that. Have a slice of bread with that dinner, with that food, And we didn't fuck about. We had doorsteps, big fat doorsteps, beautiful bread on its own, lovely tasting and stuff, However, that on top of all the other calories and all the other things we're eating, if it becomes a regular habit, what's a slice of bread? Anything from 70 to 150 extra calories on top. Generational curses, number 2. And number 3 was the milk one. Yeah, have a pint of milk. So that's generational curses. The next thing I wanted to touch on as well, and these are little tips to help you on your weight loss journey or reducing calories, reducing weight. The next one is eating mindfully. And I know that sounds a bit woo-woo, but I've literally done that myself during the last week or two. Actually, when I'm sitting down and having my food, my dinner, whatever, is actually mindfully tasting it. What does that taste like? Oh, that tastes nice, and enjoying it, enjoying every bite, yeah, as opposed to wolfing it down and having that relationship with food that I'm eating for pleasure. I'm just wolfing it down. I'm just filling myself up and not really measuring. Because what I found it does as well, if you slow down a little bit, enjoy each taste, enjoy each part of it. What I've realised, I'm then asking myself the question while I'm eating: do I really need to eat more? Am I really hungry still? Am I actually full already? And I've had it a couple of times this week whereby I've actually not finished my plate deliberately because I've said, you know what? I mean, it happened last night. Nice plate of grub, and do you know what? About half or two-thirds the way through of having my dinner, I was like, do you know what? I'm satisfied. I've had enough. I've had enough food. I've had enough fuel to give me enough energy to achieve what I want to achieve, right? And actually finishing that plate is just going to bloat me, and it's just going to add more calories, So I actually done it with 2 dishes the last few days. So one of them, I put it back in the fridge and actually used it for the lunch the following day. And the other one, I actually gave it to the dog, So there's part 2. There's a second tip. Slowing down your eating mindfully, and asking yourself the question, am I truly hungry? Do I really need more food or not? Yeah. Tip 3, something I kind of touched on yesterday or the last show, but I'll repeat this and concrete it up a little bit more, is not to get involved in fad diets. Yeah. What we're trying to do here is mindfully change our relationship with food, right? And I'll openly admit, the last few months with everything gone on, I'd lost my track of food. I'd changed my relationship with food. I was actually stuffing my face a little bit, for no particular reason, just eating mindlessly, you know, just eating for pleasure, to take my mind off stuff that was going on, right? But what I'm saying, the long-term approach, not doing fad diets and actually making it a lifestyle, you know, permanently changing your relationship or my relationship with food. Yeah. So 3 key tips. I'll just give you a quick summary. So if I can remember them, the old brain's getting a bit addled these days. So the first one was, okay, the second one was eating mindfully. Yeah, that was one of them. Slowing down. Am I hungry? Asking yourself those questions. Another one was about diet. Don't use diets, but use a lifestyle. And the first one, if you can remember, type it in the chat and I'll have a look. What the hell was the first one? Began with G. What was the first one? Let me know, guys. What was the first one? Generational curses. There we go. The brain isn't so adult after all. Generational curses was the first tip. Yeah, it was about having those beliefs, habits, and behaviours that have been drummed into us by our previous generations. You know, have a pint of milk with your dinner, an extra 100 calories. Have a slice of bread with your dinner, big fat doorstep, another 100 calories. Always have dessert after your dinner, another 200 calories, 300 calories if you like ice creams like I do. So that's it, guys. Going to leave it there. If you need any help or further tips on weight loss journey, I've done it numerous times in the past, and I've just done it of late because I was just getting a little bit too heavy. Kidding myself, telling myself the bullshit story, the lies that I was bulking. Oh, I'm bulking at the moment, bruv. Yeah, I'm packing it on. I'm packing on the muscle. I wasn't really, was I? So there we go. It's being addressed. 7 kilos down in 7 weeks. And I've got a few things in the diary. I've got this Hyrox PFT on Saturday, which I'm really looking forward to. It's going to test the old man. And then a week after, we've got another test. Then I'm on holiday on the 23rd, 2 weeks away, chillax in Greece. And then eventually what we're looking for is this big Hyrox event in November, 2 hours of brutal pain. It's like a half marathon in time, but far, 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 far more brutal. So anyway, going to leave it there, guys, but say hello, live replay. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if any of this food stuff resonates with you, or add some tips in there. All right. Take care, guys. Have a good one.